Welcome to Exploring Careers with Career Solutions. In these informational videos, we will look at how to use some of the main features of the Career Solutions system. This video accompanies Lesson 6 in the Facilitator's Guide and provides an overview of how to locate the Occupation Finder and how to use the features within this tool. This is the Career Solutions site. As a reminder, be sure that you are signed in so that all information is saved within the profile as exercises are completed. To locate the Occupation Finder, go to the Career Exploration section of the system. The link to the Occupation Finder can be found in the list of tools to the right of the screen. Once you're in the Occupation Finder, you'll see a list of occupations displayed. All of these occupations are relevant to the state of New Mexico. At the moment, we have 1,075 occupations being listed. There are various different tools on this page that you'll want to be aware of as you start to kind of navigate through the Occupation Finder. First, as we've seen before, each occupation has the occupation summary. And within this summary, a lot of different information is listed. First of all, you see the career cluster in the first block, followed by annual openings. The next piece of information are the current openings, and then you'll see a block for the education requirements, and the last one is for the annual income range. So I'll give you the lowest to the highest there. If you happen to see an NA or the box be empty, this typically means the information was suppressed, either to limited data, so the information would not be accurate if it was displayed, or to protect individuals' privacy. If there's a small number of people within a particular occupation, displaying that information may reveal some private information that those individuals would not want made public. To the right of the screen, there are also a series of links that provide additional information for that occupation. At this stage in the career exploration process, it is best for students to focus primarily on that profile link. That profile link again provides a description of the occupation, a lot of different other pieces of information as well related to education requirements, employment information, and wage. Within this area of links to the right of the occupation, there are two other links that you might want to be aware of as well. The compare link there with the star will take you to the compare occupations tool, and this is the same tool that was discussed in more detail in the lesson 5 video. Students also have the option at this point as they're looking at these occupations to save them right here on this page. They can click the Save folder, or if it's already been saved, an X will be there instead of the folder. And if they want to remove that occupation, they can just click that button and it would remove it from their occupation library. If they want to save it again, they can put it back into the library. So all of the occupations that are saved do go into that library so they can access that again and look at the occupations that they have discovered through their activities. In the upper right-hand corner of the occupation list, there is the ability to sort occupations, and there are various categories that you can use to sort the occupations. When alphabetical is selected, this will arrange the occupations in alphabetical order. When Future Job Outlook is selected, this will sort occupations by annual openings. So occupations with the most openings expected each year will appear at the top or bottom of the list depending on how you have the list sorted. Sorting by job demand will sort occupations by current openings, placing jobs with the most current openings at the top of the list, or with the least current openings, again depending on how you have the list sorted. The other category to sort by is typical education. This will sort occupations by degree level. So those requiring higher degrees will appear at the top or bottom of the list. And lastly, there is the ability to sort by wage, either by entry level or experienced. And you can sort occupations this way as well. Now, an important thing to notice here, again, is this arrow button, and this arrow button will sort the list either from highest to lowest, depending on which direction the arrow is going. So if you want to ensure, let's say if you want to select future job outlook, which again is going to sort by annual openings, it may not be sorted from highest to lowest at that time. Here it is, but if you wanted to go lowest to highest, just simply click on that arrow again and it will flip the list. So then now we're going lowest to highest instead of the highest to lowest. Typically highest to lowest is most helpful, so you may want to keep it in that particular direction. To the left of the occupation list, there are various filters that students can use to focus the list. The first category that's going to appear that you can actually manipulate, the area one, you can't do anything with. Again, these occupations are relevant to the state of New Mexico. But if you select career path, there's the option here to filter occupations based on career cluster, career pathway, program, and also just the occupation itself. Other types of filters that will appear, there's the ability to sort by outlook, and outlook will filter based on growth rates. So if you click on here, you have the option to select growing occupations, stable or declining occupations. Another filter option to look at is demand. And when this is selected, you can filter the list or focus the list on current openings. So you can select occupations that have a high number of current openings or those that have a medium or low number of current openings. Education level is another way that you can filter the occupations. So students interested in occupations requiring a bachelor's degree or even higher degrees, they can select those. They can actually select as many as they want to here. So you could select a bachelor's degree, a post-baccalaureate certificate, a master's degree, and all of the jobs that require one or more of those degrees will actually appear. Wage requirement is another way that they can filter, and we have looked at this in a previous video for an earlier lesson. So this is something that would be tied to their lifestyle goals. What income do they need on an annual basis to achieve various lifestyle goals? So if they're looking to achieve somewhere around that $55,000 range, they can select this particular filter, and now all occupations are being filtered now with that requirement. The experience and training filters offer different ways to filter the information as well. You can filter on the level of experience that might be required to gain entry into that field. It could either be filtered by either less than a year, 1 to 5 years, more than 5 years, and so on. And again, here you can select multiple different levels. Training is kind of the same thing as well. You can either select short-term training, moderate term, long-term, and so on. And just as with the experience filter, you can make multiple selections. So these are just some of the main features that you'll find within the Occupation Finder that allows students to really focus this list down from the 1,075 occupations currently displayed down to what really might be relevant to their needs and interests. The next thing that we'll want to do is look at how this Occupation Finder can be used to look at labor market information for various careers. Labor market information can be used to determine the degree to which an occupation is in demand and whether or not that occupation is going to provide a living wage. The two main data categories that are often used to determine whether an occupation is a high-value occupation are annual openings and median wages. Annual openings just refers to the average number of job openings that are expected each year. Median wage is the midpoint at which about 50% of individuals employed in the occupation are expected to earn more and 50% are expected to earn less. There are a couple of places where you can locate this information within the Occupation Finder. First of all, annual openings is displayed within that occupation summary, and it's typically located in the second box. The annual income range is also displayed in that occupation summary. The second location where labor market information can be found is within the occupation profile. To locate labor market information within the profile, it is best to go to the Employment and Wages tab. Once here, one of the first pieces of information that will be displayed that we're looking for is that median wage. The median wage is found in the first data table that appears on the screen. To find annual openings, you just need to scroll down the page to a section that is titled Projected Annual Openings. So under Projected Annual Openings, you will be able to see the annual openings for that occupation. Annual openings are also displayed by area. The state of New Mexico has 4 different workforce regions: the northern, the eastern, the southwestern, and the central. Here, students can identify the annual openings that are projected for particular regions of the state. And again, there are some cases where the information may be confidential or not displayed. It could be suppressed due to limited data or to protect individuals' privacy. So let's return to the top of the page. The last thing here is just a reminder again to encourage students to save occupations that they think they may be interested in pursuing. If the link is not available, just scroll over to the center of the screen, click, and you will see the save or unsave link appear. So this was a quick overview of the system and the tools you'll want to access for Lesson 6. At this point, you can return to the Facilitator's Guide for additional instructions on how to introduce this stage of the career exploration process to students.